Hey guys. So, I've been figuratively retired before. Um, I say that it was like the retired version of my original career. Some days I got paid for literally doing nothing. And I eventually came to the point of, what am I doing? Yeah. I was going nowhere, and that was not fun. I felt it, every bit of it in my mind. Now, that's ironic because just the year before, I was in a position of very stressed out. Like when I made the decision to move to the salary position, like that whole first week, I literally felt like the weight on my chest and shoulders being lifted. I think it was within the first 3 months. I mean, I cried, you know. But I wasn't going anywhere. I was unfulfilled. I was fulfilled in love, you know, but my day-to-day activities still felt locked down and secure, which is a blessing, really. But if we go back to the primal human, there was a lot of, well, let's say it wasn't a lot of movement, but it was nomadic. That can easily get off into hippie, living off in the mountains, whatever. But to be inside or in a truck or car, in a facility most of your time isn't typically what most people are really wired for. All that to say, when you find yourself in a balanced rest position, do enjoy it. Absolutely enjoy it. But when you start feeling restless, even though you're resting, it's good to find a way to release that. Be it meditation, workouts, writing, or any creative endeavor, or just physical labor of some sort. Maybe not potentially at a job, but whatever. I would say even just walking for 3 to 9 hours a day, which to some people sounds nuts, or I can't do that. But it's all about your pace and things, which I believe is kind of what led me to a burnout in the first position. So that's one part of it. The other part is actually getting into it, into whatever you want to do from the point of restlessness or restfulness. a lot of times it's just putting on the socks and shoes and literally placing your hand on the door handle and stepping out. Even going down to cleaning your room. When I was younger, I used to clean my room by completely taking everything out of the room in order to go back in, clean it, reorganize it however I wanted, and it was like a complete overhaul. And so that's recreation, which can be kind of a double entendre, recreating yourself and the act and fun and play that goes into recreation, like a recreational vehicle. And that alone can be a vacation to some. I have a note here from December 2019, which was it was one of my first dark nights of the soul, if you will, if not the dark night of the soul. At which point I did say recreation with a control on it and not on you. I was also coming off an addiction when I wrote that. So, yeah, it not having it on you, but that was it was a release for me. It kind of allowed me to tap into my right brain and start flowing, if you will. I wrote a lot of notes off of that. A lot. So, but coming back to it now, I would say control has no part in it. Control is most likely just your fear, or how some say your false identity or ego appearing real. Let that sink in. Control doesn't necessarily allow for the act of coming as you are, being as you are, doing as you please. This morning, I'd gotten off work at, generally I'm supposed to get off at like 2 to 3 a.m., but the past few days it's been 4 and 5, and I had a 2-hour drive. And in that 2-hour drive, generally I've been doing anywhere from 70 to 90 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic, pressing the brake, getting around people, driving nuts. The drive this morning, 65, unbothered, seat leaned back, we'll get there. And I just listen to music, real chill music, or I think I started it with a podcast, really. But I just sat back and I enjoyed it. I worked hard enough. I don't need to work hard in driving. I don't need to let the other people worry about me. I'm worried about myself. The world can go as it is. And so I did it. And I want to leave this video with, if you don't want to repeat history or your shadows, be very mindful of habits and dependency. And what does moderation look like for you? And have a very open, watchful eye and mind, and even potentially kind of taking a second to breathe and feel into yourself and think, like, what do I need? What don't I need? What is not serving me? What is serving me? And so it is.